Guys, how are we all doing? It's me, Umbrella, and I just want to apologise for what I said last night. Now, I've not seen the film because it's not my 5-star yet. Hopefully it doesn't take long, like Venom did, but, I mean, it's not, it's just, the film's just been put on. So, if you've got, a Fire Stick, for those who don't know, it's basically a better version in the Sky, and other things. Well, I don't know what else you would think that's more better than. What else is it? It's better than the Amazon Prime thing. So I need to put my phone on charge. But this is just a quick video. Don't expect it to be very long because I'm gonna go for a bath real soon. But I just want to point out why I was so angry last night. It's because this film is based on one of my favorite Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 2. And I know people aren't giving it that many chances, and as I said last night, you know, I care about people's opinions and that, you know, and I'm not a cold-hearted person who doesn't care. I'm not, I swear. And from the tone of my voice, you obviously you might have not believed me, but you might not believe me now, but I want to just point out that I do care for other people's opinions. I mean, if it's something about My Little Pony, though, I won't give a shit. Yeah, that's the only thing I won't care about. If you say things like, "Oh, I like My Little Pony," I won't give a shit. I mean, we're not talking about that though. That's way out. That's way far from what we're talking about. So, but this film. Now, someone said that William Birkin's arm was too small when he mutated in the film. Obviously, that's a red flag, and I get that's one of the red flags that you don't like. I get that. I admit as well, that's too small for him. I draw a picture where his arm's more larger. How it's even more larger than the... you probably admit that my picture would be a bit too bigger for him. His arms would be a bit too bigger, but... Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to really show you that drawing now, actually, never mind. But just to point out, for the language now, I was getting angry. The weather was under a hellish condition. I mean, I looked at the weather forecast and it looks like it might lower down for tonight. I didn't even lose any power, thank God. But yeah, I just want to point this out to everyone. You know, I was getting angry over a game and a film, and that's sort of not the most important thing to look at here. Look, the point is, you know, I'm sorry for what happened last night. Yeah, it's just that this is just Resident Evil 2, and that from the sounds of it, doesn't seem to be that all right, you know. But the problem is, I want to point out that you can always make the film become the game, because that's the problem. Like, you can't put everything in the film. You can't. I'm being serious. So like that, you know how Doom goes over the origin story of the Doom Slayer, the story of Doom. So this is not in his prime. We're not in his prime. He's not in his prime yet. So that's the example for that film. So for Resident Evil 2, they could make it just like a bit like the game, except there have to be key differences. Obviously, I will see some differences soon. I mean, you know what I mean. You can't always make the film like the game. You can't make the game like the film. What I mean by this is you can't put everything in the film that's from the game. Like the puzzles and traps, that would take for at least 9 hours. The film would be up to 9 hours long. No one would stick around for 9 hours. That would be too much. You know, I mean, yeah, you could just remove the puzzles and that. You could remove a couple, but you can't put them all in, you know what I mean? Because the film would be very long, and people are not going to stick around for at least 9 hours. I mean, I think that's how long it takes to complete Resident Evil 1. If you look at all the Easter eggs and that, if you're trying to look for the Easter eggs and stuff. But yeah, you know, if that's how it is. You can't put everything in the film. So I looked at the cast. I re-looked at the cast, and it's gonna have characters that you might remember. For some reason, it's gonna involve Richard Eichen. And then Rico. Now, I remember those characters. They're from Resident Evil 1. And they didn't last very long. Richard was killed. He was bit by the snake, actually. And Rico was killed by Albert Wesker. Or someone else. I think, yeah, it was definitely Albert Wesker. So this is actually, I mean, that doesn't sound actually bad if you put those characters in the film. You know, you're going to give them a bit more background. You might give them a bit more background. I mean, I think the film has just came out. I'm not sure. People have already managed to see it in the cinemas. I don't know how. I mean, no, I can't go to the cinemas because I'm in lockdown. I'm in quarantine right now. But that, and I don't have COVID. I don't have COVID. Before you ask, it's because of my asthma. That this is the winter now, so I need to wear something that's a bit more hot in that. Something a bit more, that's suitable for that weather. Yeah. So this is just an apology video, and you have your, as I said before, and you have your opinions and I have mine, and you don't see the same perspective as mine. It's only because I'm a fan of the game that I'm willing to watch the shittiest film on the planet just to see if it's that good or not. I mean, that doesn't stop. That's not gonna stop me from seeing the movie. Admittingly, if that's what you think and that's what it sounds like, you could change my perspective, but you won't change the fact that I won't be seeing the film. Sorry, well, no, you won't make me. You won't convince me to. You will not be convincing me to not see the film, because I will see that movie. I will look at it. I watched the whole Paul Anderson films, Resident Evil series. Some of those were kind of shit, but that's only because I wanted to see how the films were. Admittedly, they were actually not bad, but some of them were good, some of them were bad. Honestly, people consider this to be the worst one ever. Now, then they said there was a possible sequel, but I highly doubt after all this, after what the fans have been saying. I think that sequel is required, and people said sequels are bad. But yeah, I just want to get this out, and so if you don't like this video, if you did like it, please have a like. If you didn't, do leave a dislike. Yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe and probably share with your friends. I don't know, really. It's up to you. And as I said, your opinions matter. Not just mine, yours as well. And your perspective is also what matters. You look at the film the way you like. Can I look at the film the way I like?